will present our project, StudyBuddy. If you do not know what it is, you will get to know it more as I proceed. First, before we do everything, let me introduce you to our speakers / team members. We are two for now. The first one is me, Hossein Murad, or you can just call me Murad. I'm the co-founder of this project, and I will be speaking and presenting you here today. And the second, Jorbek, he's a co-founder. We're working together, and like you can see all the cool stats that we have written here. Not so cool, but just to attract attention, let's say. This is our agenda for today. Our video chat will consist of 6 parts, the ones that you can see here. First, we're going to talk about self-study and the problems of self-study, because I think this is the thing that most of you have faced, the problems. And we will present you the solution of this with our project StudyBuddy. If you do not know it, don't worry, I'm gonna explain. And Jorvek will get into more technical terms and when he is elaborating on study groups and future prospects of our project. And the first part, it's a gift. It's a secret present, as Jorvek has said it. And if you want to know what it is, just watch till the end. The last part is Q&A. If you have any questions about this project or anything, recommendations, we would love to hear them all. I truly believe that like every and each of you have tried to self-study or self-studied at least once in your lives. And the statistics show that from students, if I'm not mistaken, 79% of the students have self-study. That's a huge number. But there are some problems that come with self-studying. Yeah, self-study is awesome, but there are some problems. Now let's analyze those first. The problems that we face with self-studying. The very first one is procrastination. I think this is the most relatable one because we do not have deadlines. We always procrastinate. There's always a time where when we can do the project, not now. Because of the procrastination, the self-study becomes unproductive, lowering the productivity. The second problem is self-motivation and interest, because we are not interacting with our peers when we are studying something, let's say biology, because we are not in the class, because there is not a teacher who explains things, we often lose motivation to self-study. It's hard, there's no communication, and that makes self-study boring. We identified these problems and tried to solve them. And the last one is easy way out. I phrased it this way because there's always an easy way out. If you do not do anything, there's always an excuse, because there's not a teacher who puts pressure on you on the assignments or who punishes you. Everything is up to you. You can do anything. You're your own boss, let's say. These are the problems that come with self-studying, and this, I think, will be relatable for most of you. And our solution is a project, StudyBuddy. Here you can find peers, or you can join in study groups to study a particular subject. This is kind of an online area. It's a lot offline. It's an online area where you can find like-minded peers to study a particular subject that you're interested in. Let it be SAT, let it be IELTS, philosophy, or biology, chemistry, anything that, if they're a person that you can study with. And our incentive is our goal. The main reason of doing this project is to connect students with the same interests to study together. Let me be honest and give one example, personal one, and that relates to Jobbik as well. When 1 month ago, when I tried to find a study buddy to find a person who I can study philosophy with, I couldn't find anybody. Like, I searched on Reddit, I searched on Quora, Telegram channels, but I couldn't find anybody. And I saw a lot of peers who were saying, like, I need a SAT study buddy, or I need a person who I can study IELTS with. And all the things kind of prompted us for doing this project. Now it's your turn, Jorbek. Do you want to continue?
Yes, yes. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me first of all?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I think I can.
Yes. Okay. Then, first of all, my name is Jorbek, and it's really nice to see all of you. And my part, I'm going to discuss two parts. The first one is the structure of the study body. So basically, how to join and how to create study groups. So Murad, can you go to the next slide, please?
Sure.
The first one, how to join study groups. In StudyBuddy, you're gonna find lots of study groups. It can range from SAT to biology, and in these groups, usually there are gonna be weekly sessions and lots of materials to read. Yes, but imagine that you couldn't find a suitable group. Yes, for example, I couldn't find group, let's say for programming. Yeah, right. And that's why I will create a study group like in StudyBuddy. So how you're going to create study group? First of all, to create it, I need a good enthusiasm, right? And the second one is good background knowledge. And this one is needed. Look, for example, when I create my own programming study group, I should have some knowledge in programming because first of all, there are going to be other guys and I should, as a leader, I should lead them. I should somehow teach them as well, right? So when they have questions, when they ask for materials, I will share good and useful materials, right? And it would be, somehow not correct to make a beginner programmer the leader of the programming club, right? He should have some really good experience. This is one of the most important factors. So the next one is consistency. By this, we mean that you should be consistent in leading a study group. Okay, students should know that your study group is active, so that they will not get bored and they will study with you till the end. I mean, like all the time, right? So you should consistently make weekly sessions. You should consistently share materials, talk with your students, share knowledge, practice, and so on. Just be active and consistent. And the last part, in order just to create a study group, you should submit a short Google form. It's really short, believe me. It's like about 3 to 4 fields, right? And
Yes, they're like 3 to 4, not a lot.
yes, sir.
Not an essay.
Yeah, not an essay. We don't need any essays. And you should submit a really short Google form. And after some consideration, after talking with you, we will let you create your own study group. And we will advertise your group for yourself so that you just need to teach, you just need to lead. And yes, right. So next slide, please. So here is an exemplary group. We took as an example one of the most popular topics in Uzbekistan. It's IELTS, and yes, right. So imagine that I'm studying for IELTS, right? I'm scoring about 35, 32 in listening, reading. I mean, 7 in speaking, right? And I self-study, and I know myself that when I self-study, I usually get really bored and I procrastinate a lot. That's why I can create a study group in StudyBuddy. So what should I do? First of all, I should share materials, right? So practice tests, books, writings, so that students would know, and not students like peers, yeah, it's a better word. Your peers would know with which materials to work with. And the next important thing is weekly discussions. So it's not just about sharing materials, about studying. It's about talking. It's about connecting. It's about communicating. That's why it's really important to lead weekly discussions. So let's say I have free time on Monday and Wednesday. So what can I do in weekly discussions? We can check each other. Yeah. So for example, I assigned students like my peers a practice test, right? And when they finished, we have all of us have their own mistakes, right? And I will schedule a weekly discussion, And in this discussion, we are gonna check each other. Like we're gonna help each other study and yes, like basically work on mistakes. So, and this is one of the most important things. Leader of the group is not a teacher. Yes, he should share materials. He should lead weekly discussions. But remember, leader of the group is not a teacher. He will not teach you. I mean, for example, I'm a leader. Yes, I will not teach you. I will study with you. I will learn with you. I will practice with you, so that not only you but me and like all our peers will be able to contribute to the study group and study together. Yes. So
Let me add something to, it's your peer, it's not a teacher. He or she is not a teacher. And there you'll have, it will be like a democratic thing. The leader is just a concept. There you will all discuss the materials and everything will be, you will choose it in between by discussions. It's not some kind of teacher and student thing.
Yeah, right. It's like peer work, okay? And the last part, as my study group, each member is going to decide, each member is going to contribute so that everyone is involved in sustaining, in managing the whole study group. So the next slide, please. So here, there are some examples of study groups. So it can be programming, it can be IELTS, it can be English, it can be SAT, applying to universities, speaking clubs, and just study groups for fun. I mean, you can just chat and basically ask questions, like Q&A sessions and so on. It can be it can be anything from gaming club. It's not about just studying. Yes, actually it's about studying, but the scope is just our main goal is to connect people, is to solve this problem of working alone, studying alone, and so that there's going to be a good community of people. So the last part is future prospects, and I should say that StudyBuddy, we hope that StudyBuddy has a really bright future. So the next slide, please. And we have 6 let's say milestones. Yes. So we are now in the first one, which is launch of the project. So basically, this voice chat is the last step of our milestone. And after this, we'll have some time to create study groups, right? So that people are going to gather, they're going to create their own study groups, and they're going to be reliable study groups, maybe 5 to 6. And then after this, we will introduce a new concept of peer tutoring. So in this example, a leader of the club, of the group, yes, is actually a teacher. It's just not your peer, it's a teacher. So for example, as I have IELTS 8 and I couldn't, I want to teach others. I want to, let's say, earn money, or I just want to help others, yes. So I will, I couldn't advertise myself because I don't have any community, I don't have any blog, and I don't want to spend money to advertising my services, right? So what can I do? I just can go to StudyBuddy and register my, let's say, service, and then I will teach other students. So it's a concept that's going to be introduced later on, not now. So the fourth step, the fourth milestone is arranging seminars by the professionals. So what do we mean by this? It's like one of the most important milestones. So StudyBuddy in this stage, StudyBuddy is no longer a passion project. It's a really serious project. So here there are going to be really good professionals. Let's say professors from Harvard University. Yeah.
Let me add something to this thing. To this part, you might ask, how are you going to get those people? Like, this project is non-commercial. How are you going to get people? But believe me, by discussions with Valera, we have come to conclusion that it is totally possible to get people to give free seminars by asking them on LinkedIn or some other social media parts, because it's kind of authenticity for them. They are kind of contributing their knowledge to the people. The only thing we should have is passionate, the people who are passionate into one field. and we will definitely try to implement this if this project will become more popular soon. And this is kind of, as Diobek has mentioned, the thing that I'm keen to waiting on.
Yeah, right. Lisa raised her hand. Should we like answer now or to Q&A session?
I think we finished it. I mean, okay, we finished it. We can just like in 2 minutes.
We'll have a brief Q&A session where you can ask any questions. Okay. So there is another point that I should mention. By this milestone, we will have a strong community of students. Yeah, I hope so. And that's why it's going to be easier for us to attract professionals, to attract professors, right? So after the fourth stage, we will launch officially our website, our platform, and this platform is going to automate everything. There will be no Google Forms. There will be no our, how can I say, like our like work with you. Yes, like we will still work with guys that create study groups, but there will be no like middleman between joining, between creating, so that you will just go to the website, you will create a study group there, yeah, and then in this platform there are going to be lots of interesting stuff, such as integration of Google Classroom for peer tutoring, yes, and integration of, let's say, Google Sheets for, or Classroom it was called, right, or something else. So like services such as Zoom, so that everything is going to be in one platform. You want like you like there is no need to switch between platforms. So when you want to do a weekly discussion, a weekly session, you will just stay in this platform. You will invite people to this platform. So there will be homeworks, assignments, like there are going to be almost everything, right? So this is our vision. And the last stage is globalization. So currently we are launching this project in Uzbekistan, but we hope that we're going to launch soon to other countries, let's say to other like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and maybe finally to the USA. Yes, it's personally my dream to have like services in the USA. So basically that's all that I wanted to share with you. And now it's okay, Murat, I'm gonna tell you.
Yes. Okay. Now, like the secret gift is kind of the surprise. I have a surprise. Surprise is a free video, right? Secret gift is current groups that we have that we already launched, and that will be functioning from the next week. So you can join them immediately, and it will be like logically held with us from us. No, the first one is the philosophy area thing by me. We'll be reading challenging texts, online courses, and hold weekly discussions. You may ask me this descriptions and an ambiguous one. Just give me more details. They are like edX.org. There you can find a philosophy course from MIT for free, or MIT courses, or Stanford Philosophy Department. Every material is given there. Just the only thing that you have to do is just go and study it. And we'll be reading books from Nietzsche, Socrates, learn Socrates' ideas, Immanuel Kant, and everything. I know I'm not, to be honest, I'm not a teacher. Like I'm not an expert on philosophy, and I'm just really interested to it. So we'll be studying together, forming communities. These are the times that I will be holding this thing. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. But we can arrange the time if it doesn't fit. You can just go and like just scan this QR code. Just go to the Google Classroom, and believe me, this thing is going to be great because this is my own personal interest. The pace will be hard, and we'll be reading a lot of things that will help your first philosophy, second your English language in general, whether it's SAT or IELTS.
So this is my part, and this is my study group. And to be honest, I was questioning what kind of group should I open. So at last, I decided to open a reading club. So as most of you guys know, that reading is one of the most advantageous skills to have. And it's like really good to, like to be able to read with others and to share your insights, let's say, from your analysis and reflections from the book. So we'll be reading books, lots of books, and discuss each chapter of the book. So with this, we will analyze the book. We will analyze each chapter of the book. So let's say I shared the book about admission to the Ivy League, yes. So and like I assigned, let's say, 3 chapters to read. So when we finish these 3 chapters, we're gonna have a weekly session where we're gonna reflect on what we read, reflect on insights, and we're gonna share insights. So let's say that like there was 3 insights like from one person, then 6 insights from another. So with this, we'll not just improve our reading, we will improve our the way we reflect. We will improve. Actually, we can write essays as well. I hope so. So we'll not just talk, we'll write reflections, like small essays. So like as in Murad's study group, the base is going to be hard. I hope so. And yes, the timing is Wednesday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Tashkent time. Sometimes it's going to change based on the available hours, like my available hours. And if it doesn't fit, like in the Murad's case, like we can like definitely change the time. And yes, right. So yeah, this is my part. Thank you.
And the like culmination point, all of these services are for free. We do not aim to get any money for this. We are doing this project for our own fun to solve the problems that we had, and it will hopefully solve the problem that you had self-studying. And it's a place just we gather together and talk and discuss and have fun. It's not some kind of a big serious thing. It is a place where we have fun. It is a place where we pursue our passions.
You know something, Murad?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, StudyBuddy is a non-profit organization. It's a passion project run by students for students. And yes, so do not think that there are going to be some paid services. Actually, we can introduce it when the StudyBuddy is going to be a serious project. But for now, everything is for free. Believe me. And everything is, I mean, of high quality. And we promise it.
I think that's all. Now you can all ask the questions. We presented everything that we have in our minds. Just raise your hand and we'll allow all of you to speak, the ones who raised. And if you have any questions, there were 2 guys. I'm sorry that we didn't have time to give you how to speak. Lisa?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, guys, your project is so cool, so great. So I have seen your project, but I joined you after when you started. I mean, in the middle, and maybe you have told about this, but I don't know. I didn't know where to, for example, the exact place, maybe where can we go and practice, study together, or is it gonna be online? Why are you guys laughing?
I mentioned it actually, like it's gonna be online. The reason for this is the guys we are having right now is not from Tashkent. We might have offline ones, just it will be not like an project thing. We can just go to the Telegram chat and hey guys, who can come, for example, to the library? We'll just meet up, something like that. But the sessions will be held online because not only our students are from I would say Uzbekistan. I've seen guys from Russia and Kazakhstan as well. So it will go online on Zoom.
Okay.
Can I answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
John 27, Hadiatullah.
Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, great.
You guys are so dopey. You see, like I'm pretty flabbergasted by the project itself, and it was actually something that I was waiting for a long time. Yeah, that's cool. Like the question is, am I eligible for being a leader?
Yes.
Is there any?
I mean, Jacob, do you want to answer? I mean, you're more technical than I am.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's true.
Actually, yes, there is no requirements, I mean, limits to to be a leader of the study group. And yeah, basically any person can create his or her own study group. So
Like,
like
how many
that's
groups available right now?
Now we're two, our host, my philosophy area, and his like bookworms club. But they
Uh-huh.
only there is a requirement, and that is enthusiasm and consistency. You know, like because
yeah,
if the group is not held consistently, that group will be like a dead group, which we do not need.
Yeah,
and
sure.
one thing more, you can create infinite number of groups. Actually, it's beneficial for us.
Yeah.
So that we
That is great.
groups. Yeah, so if you want, you can create like SAT group, IELTS group, programming group. It doesn't matter, you know.
Just reach
That is
out. We'll like write a post about Google platform, like Google Forms as well. But you can just the easy way is reach out to me or Dearbek, like, hey, I want to create this group. Like, what should I do? And we will meet with you. We'll meet with you personally and talk about the logistics of your study group, and we'll launch it.
Yeah, sure.
Zarif John,
Got it.
I allowed you to speak. Thank you, John.
Hello.
Thank you for you as well.
Hello.
Thanks for creating that kind of great group, as it can help us, get together and do something crazy. So my question is that, as someone who's really interested in creative writing, I really want to improve my writing skills. So can you guys just give some advice on writing as well alongside reading? I mean,
Your question, please.
Should we give the advice now, or are you talking about the study group already?
yeah. I mean, study groups throughout the, study group. I mean, as you probably know, we should definitely write. As an applicant, I'm planning to apply for U.S. colleges. Therefore, I guess I should definitely improve my writing. That's why I was just wondering if you could just give some advice on how to improve writing skills as well.
First of all, like I will just introduce and Javik will continue. He's as I said more elaborate. We will not have like us. You can give like create your own group as for creative writing where you can study something, but we personally will not create it as creative writing group. But in philosophy and book clubs, we'll practice writing reflections, which is very important as we are both in, I don't know if you know it or not, freshman admissions. They are kind of using this strategy for us, writing reflections. And we will do that in like study groups as well. But specifically, I think we don't, you can open one. We don't have time like for everything. We're not robots.
Yeah.
Javik?
Thanks. What do you say?
I didn't quite understand the question, so.
Maybe, just your advice maybe.
Advice for writing?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, my advice. So, writing is closely connected with thinking, right? And in order to write perfectly, I mean, like clearly and beautifully, you should think in the same way. So, in order to think, you should elaborate a lot. You should analyze the reading material. So, for example, you're reading some kind of really complex book, yes, hard book right now, about admission, about, I don't know, Hobbit, like adventures, it doesn't matter. You should, the most important thing, you should reflect on it. You should reflect on the things that you read. So it's just not about reading. It's about, like getting the information, or analyzing the information. So my advice is to read books and analyze them, analyze everything, so that you will be able to structurize your thoughts and then jot it down to the paper, right? So yes, but creative writing, I think it is related to admission, right? So creative writing can be actually about writing, I mean like books or anything else.
Yeah.
So yes, read a lot, analyze, and write reflections, the most important thing.
Do you have any questions that you have in mind? Or want to talk something? We are already over time. We kind of planned it to be 30 minutes, but it's more than an hour. And about study groups,
Actually,
like
ask questions. It's not 1 hour. It's like about 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
can I ask anything? Can I ask a question?
Okay, yeah, sure.
You know, I really love reading a lot, but I sometimes cannot find like, hard books. Therefore, as you said, you guys will share some, challenging books and texts, right? Yeah, that would be great.
So
Yeah, that would
you
be
can
great.
join study group, and they're gonna be,
Uh-huh.
believe me, the base is gonna be hard, and we will not read some kind of like easy books. They're gonna be hard, and yeah, like advanced level. So you can join like my group, not Murat's one.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
gonna read like real Nietzsche, new something. You don't know how hard it is,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Thanks.
So you have other things, and I just wanted to mention about study groups. We'll make a post about it, how you can open your, or just message us, as I have mentioned you, and it's just message us. I mean, we need more people who are willing to open study groups or join them. If we cannot have enough people, we just connect 2 or 3 into one. Chef Moza wants to speak. You can give me a question.
It's kind of really great project. I don't know what to say even, but I really liked it.
Thank you
very much. Thank you. So, Jorvik, do you have something in mind? The last thing that you wanted to mention?
I guess if there are no questions left, I can just say that we hope that you're gonna join our family, and as Murad said, our study groups are gonna begin from the next week, and posts. I'm gonna write some posts about groups so that you can join them, and so everything's gonna be on the channel. So follow the channel, and yes. So I wanted to add something motivational here, and
I wanted
guys,
to okay, sorry.
Okay. So basically, it's a passion project, right? So I want to say that as we are building community of highly motivated students, we ask you to participate in this project. And as I said, it's not going to be beneficial only for us. It's a non-profit. It's a non-profit project. It's going to be beneficial for all. So it's just not our project. Yes, it's the project of our community. So that each contribution of each member is vital. It's vital for success of this project. And so yeah, that's all that I wanted to say.
Like the last word, I wanted to thank some guys who helped us to this project. The first one is your support. If you didn't support us, we wouldn't think that it would be possible to launch. And I want to list some specific names. First one, Valera. He was the guy who motivated us to do this. Like, guys, that's the project that started tomorrow. And then I want to thank Azam Khan and Jasur Bek. Jasur Bek made a beautiful logo. Azam Khan would just sat 3 days with us to do the project, to do the presentation, and to brainstorm. Thanks for the guys. They didn't have enough time to do this project themselves, but they are kind of willing to do it. I mean, yeah, if they have. Thank you for all for joining. We'll make posts about everything. Bye.
Thank you, guys.